Hi, everybody. It's Jean Humbrecht with Humbrecht Law, criminal and traffic defense attorney here in Manassas, Virginia. Welcome to my Wednesday local business spotlight. Today, I am joined by a very special guest and my friend, Mayor Michelle Davis Younger. I am very happy and thankful that you have taken the time out of your very busy schedule to talk with us today. So, Mayor Michelle, I will let you introduce yourself to all of our viewers, and I will start sharing this video in my different Facebook groups, as we
Okay.
all know that I do. And then we will, I'll just start asking you questions. So,
Oh,
Michelle, Mayor Michelle, I turn it over to you.
sounds good. Thank you so much. Happy pre-4th. You know I love you doing this the day before July 4th holiday. So only you could get me to do this, right? So, but you have been a friend and I appreciate you. And thank you for having me, inviting me on. This is my second time, I think.
Third.
Third. Okay. Time flies when you're having fun.
Mhm.
And so I always appreciate the opportunity to talk and that you allow me the space and because you don't have to do that, and so it means a lot that you do that. So I am Mayor Michelle Davis Younger, the mayor of the city of Manassas, elected during COVID in 2020, and I'm in my fourth year now running for election, which I think we'll talk about a little bit later. Don't want to dwell on that too much, but um, grew up here in Manassas. Just glad to be a part of the community that I love so much, and to serve as mayor. So really, really glad to have met you and so many wonderful people that make up our beautiful city of Manassas.
Well, thank you. That's right, Michelle. We actually met 5 years ago when I had my 5 year anniversary for my law firm, because now we're going on my 10 year anniversary. So yeah, and that was pre-COVID. But you were on city council at the time that I met you. So
Right.
can you tell everybody a little bit about your history on city council and just being involved in Manassas in
Yeah.
general?
Yeah. So getting elected to the city council, 2017 started the term, 2018 served on council for 2 years, and just decided to take the leap into mayor 20. It wasn't COVID when I ran for council, but I made history being the first woman of color to be elected to council in 2018, which seems kind of unbelievable when I say that to people. They go, really, that late? But that's how long it took, and I'm just glad that I was able to get elected to council. I learned a lot. It was a lot that I needed to learn, didn't know. And I wanted to share that same experience with so many people. And I think created, I made council approachable and touchable and reachable. And that was one of the goals that I had, was to get people more involved when I got elected. Had no plans of running for mayor at that time, didn't think about that until a couple of years later, and here I am. So growing up in Manassas, I grew up pretty much in the county part. People go, oh, you're not really city of Manassas, but I grew up in Manassas, and back when my parents were coming along, it was just Manassas. You didn't have county and city and all that. So it was Manassas. So like, I went all the way for elementary school. I went out to Tyler Elementary, which is still there in Gainesville. From Manassas, I went out all the way there for elementary school. I went to Marsteller middle school, which is in the city. Well, the former Marsteller Manassas Baptist. Now it's Marsteller. Well, it's always been Marsteller, and we're buying it and all that. That's another story for later. And then graduated from Stonewall, which is now Unity Reed, but it'll always be Stonewall to me. So homegrown. Just know a lot of people have served in this community for many, many years, either through my church or my business. And I'm just, people know me, people know my family, and that was a lot of what charged me to even run for council. So just felt that representation matters, and our city demographic had changed. We're majority minority, and our government wasn't represented with that, and so it was really important for me to bring that to light and bring it forward. So
Well, that actually leads me to my next question, but you already did kind of touch
right.
on it. What
Right.
what was it that made you decide that you wanted to run for mayor in addition to just serving on city council, which is
Yeah.
already a
Well, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
no.
Besides being history making, being I would be the first woman, first person of color, and first Democrat to ever hold the seat of mayor. It wasn't just about that, but again, getting back to representation matters. So when I got on council and I started learning about the huge lack of knowledge with our community and the government, I just thought this, people have no idea how this works. And I sort of made it my personal goal to help educate and get people involved. You know, it's your taxpayer money. It's just like handing someone your checkbook and just letting them do whatever. You need to be involved. You need to know what's going on, what's being voted on. So involvement was really important. So for me, it was about going out. My light just cut off, but I think you can still see me. For me, it was about opening up City Hall to the community, me going out into the community and bringing the community into City Hall and just educating people on how things work, how it's supposed to work for you, the taxpayer. So a lot of education for me, and it just the approachability wasn't necessarily there, and I wanted people to feel like they were welcomed in the city where that wasn't there so much before, that they had a voice, that they mattered, and we wanted them here. And so for me, it was about putting my arms around the folks in this community that, yes, you chose us and we chose you right back and we choose you right back. And so that message is what I wanted to permeate throughout. And so that propelled me to reach those who just felt like they were not being included or not being looked at as mattering in the city. So it was pretty important for me to do that. That was my goal, is to really just make people feel included and that we were glad they chose Manassas to live their lives and raise their kids and that. So
Well, I chose Manassas for my business and for my house, and I'm now a
mhm.
homeowner in the city of
Yes,
Manassas.
yes. We have over 2,000 people that actually work and live in the city. And I know in a population of 43,000, that may not seem a lot, but that is a lot. And that number is growing. We have a lot of people that commute into the city, but
Mhm,
those 2,000 that actually work and live here, that's a special bunch because you're able to meet your needs right
mhm,
here in the city. You're able to get whatever you need right here. So that I always loved having that number because it's really good.
mhm.
And we are at 43, about 43,000 people now in our little 9.9 square miles.
So that actually leads me to another question. Well, you mentioned people feeling like the city council or city hall wasn't approachable. Is that something that you noticed when you got elected to city council?
Yeah, people wouldn't. I would start going out in the community and say, "Why don't you come to city council meeting?" Nobody knew when they were. Well, nobody ever invited me. What do you mean? You don't have to be invited. It's open. It's an open meeting. So just that simple educating people
Mhm,
about it is open. It's open meet. You need to come. You need to listen. You need to learn about the city government. So that to me was it. Like, I've got to let people know that it's okay and we're not big bad government that's out to get you kind of thing. We're here to serve you. You elect us and put us in these positions. We are your voice, but we need to hear, we need to see you. And that's what the
mhm.
message has been all along. It didn't change when I became mayor. So
Right, right. That's true.
mhm.
Well, so can you tell everybody who's watching, whether or not they live in Manassas, everything that Manassas has to offer in terms of venues, dining, entertainment, performing
Okay.
arts, all of that stuff? Because there might be some residents who might not even know about everything the city makes available.
Well, first of all, we have an amazing website that will tell you all that stuff. ManassasCity.org, choosemanassas.gov. I think you all can look it up, but and we don't have an hour for me to share everything.
Oh,
But
not everything, not
I,
everything.
I think our dining experience in the city of Manassas, if there, I think we satisfy every palate. I mean, there's seafood, there's Greek, there's Mexican, I mean, we have and there's so many more businesses and restaurants that are opening here. We can meet pretty much any palate. You will find it here in the city. As far as our venues, I mean, Harris Pavilion, we have Acoustic Tuesdays, we have Friday night series, we have Saturday concerts. Our museum, which we just went through an amazing renovation there. That's another venue with a new patio out front and lots of people. I walk by now and I see people out on the lawn, which they were there before, but now you see people having their lunch and bringing their dinner and eating on the patio. And, it's just really nice to see that. So we have the Harris Pavilion, we have the Manassas Museum, the Art Factory. We meet the art needs as well. The Art Factory has plays, and they have things for children, theater. I mean, you name it. But that is a major hub of activity in the city. But the dining, I mean, you can just have it all. Of course, our wonderful First Fridays,
Hmm.
where there can be upwards of 20,000 people shoved into those four streets with bands. And it's just an amazing time of community, which we love to see. We just love to see people out coming from far and near. I mean, we have people from Alexandria, Arlington, Culpeper. When I'm talking to them, like, where are you coming from? That's like my first question is, where are you from? And they go, oh, we came from Maryland. And I'm like, really? It's just amazing to me. And they're like, yeah, this is just so cool, and it's free, and you just come and enjoy yourself. And then the Dora, being able to have, your alcohol in the designated areas, that absolutely helped. But we have something for everyone. And with the First Friday, we now added, with the help of Old Town Strong and HMI partnering together, we have the Kid Zone, because it is kid friendly and family friendly from like 6 to 9. And then the crowd sort of changes a little bit after, because then it's more the adults, the family people leave sort of, and then the younger folks come out, and then the party time. So us older folks go away at 9. So, but family time, having dinner, being able to be outside, enjoying music, just having a great time. And it's just been so wonderful to see it grow as it has. And so we have something for everyone. I mean, my councilwoman Vasquez Luna, her tagline on Facebook is Manassas has something for everyone. And we have tried to meet those needs for families, for singles, whatever. We are trying to do that and make it a place that everybody can enjoy themselves.
Mhm. And I will just add briefly, in addition to that, there are all the festivals and the fairs that
Oh, I forgot about those. Yeah, the
Harris
Railway Fest.
Pavilion on,
Yes,
yeah, on
yes. Christmas
Saturdays. There's a
time.
Latino festival coming up in September. There was a
Yep.
Puerto Rican one. There was a
Yes.
train. There's a Viking.
Yes.
I mean, there's something really for everybody. And when the weather's nice, there's more obviously, but there are things going
Mhm.
on all year
Mhm.
round.
Yep.
And the Christmas parade and the
Yes.
ride with Santa, if you want to
Yes.
talk about that, and the farmers market.
Yeah.
So
It's
I won't talk anymore.
Well, no, I mean, no, that's all good stuff, because I had forgotten about the festivals. But yeah, we have HMI does such a wonderful job. Our Historic Manassas Inc. does such a wonderful job with our farmers market, which is open on Thursdays and Saturdays from 8 to 1 at the Pavilion on Thursdays, and then behind Baldwin on Saturdays. And they've done such an amazing job of revamping. They've got new logo. They've got, they took a turn with new director Kristen Kiefer coming in, and they went up on the price, but people don't understand all of the things that came with that. And that was, helping the vendors get marketing and getting online sales and things like that. So it's quality over quantity, whereas we are meeting more of the food needs rather than roofing and things like that. The true farmers market where you get the produce and things like that. So award-winning, amazing, amazing farmers market, and we've hired some great people, Janelle and Hema, and they're just doing an amazing job. And I love, because I'm there every Saturday, so I love going to the farmers market. I try to make Thursdays, and they are open tomorrow from 8 to 12. Which people were like, "Are they open tomorrow?" I'm like, "Yes, they are." From 8 to 12, they are open. So get to the farmers market tomorrow before you start your holiday stuff. And before you meet us in Old Town, go make sure you hit them up. But the festivals, absolutely, we take such pride in that, and that it's, again, family time with the Train Festival, the Railway Fest. Absolutely a great time this year. And then Santa, of course,
Mhm.
coming into town on the train, and the parade is always wonderful. This year it's Christmas Toyland and Christmas, or Christmas and Toyland. I can't remember I think that's what it is for the theme this year. But just looking forward to that. I know it's warm right now, but it'll be cold
Mhm.
soon. So, but
Time
yeah,
flies.
I know. It'll be December before we know it. But yeah, lots and lots of opportunities to volunteer. I mean, they're always looking for volunteers and you have a front seat to everything when you volunteer. So we
Mhm.
need you. We need you. If you have spare time and you want to help out, please contact HMI to help out because we need volunteers and we need those smiles and those fresh faces willing to assist our visitors into the city.
Yeah, that is true, and there's something for
Mhm.
everybody.
Yeah.
So if you want to volunteer, you can find something that will pique
Oh,
your
yeah.
interest.
Oh, yeah.
I'm actually glad that we mentioned Santa because I forgot something that I really love, the tree lighting. So
Oh,
you
yeah.
light the tree with Santa when he comes into the city, right? And it just
Yes.
kicks off the whole holiday season
Yes.
and in
Yes.
Manassas. And I love that stuff. I love the tree lightings and they have choirs sometimes and the Christmas.
Mhm.
I love that.
Yeah, it's always a great time again on the museum lawn. And this year with the renovation, it was really great to be out there on the patio. And then Santa actually came to the museum this time and went up on the upper level. I guess you say upper level above the patio, and we were in
Hmm.
the corner, and that's where we counted down. And that was the first time we'd ever done that. So, and what I think one neat part of that is, I have the if I were mayor essay contest. And so I have that first place winner join me on the stage with Santa to light the tree. I don't think a lot of people knew that. So that winner gets to do that if they're not too shy. I think my girl last year was a little shy. I said, "Come on," she no, I don't want to. So and it was fine, but that's part of the first place prize that you get is to get to help light the tree
Oh, that's
at
pretty
Christmas.
cool.
Yes, it is. It's really neat. So yeah, I love doing that.
Well, that actually leads me into another question I wanted to ask about broadly initiatives that you've instituted since you become mayor. And one in particular is the My Mayor Looks Like Me program. If
Mhm.
you could tell everybody a little bit about that.
Yeah, it's just something that I started when I became mayor. Again, when I was talking earlier about representation mattering, it does. And so I wanted to, again, open up City Hall, but I especially wanted to capture the moment of what I had done as far as a woman, a female being the first. Didn't matter color, doesn't matter party. I don't care about that stuff. It is about them seeing, especially little girls from 10 to 16, seeing a female in a position like mayor and giving them the inspiration and motivation to do so. So on Saturdays, I bring in girls into the office. They interview the mayor. They get to sit in my seat, bang my gavel, get their shirt. They get a shirt that says "My mayor looks like me," and experience that because touch it, believe it, you can be it. I'm that kind of person. She looks like me. I can do this, and it's not necessarily about color. It is about female as well. You don't have to look like my skin, but you're a female and you can do this. So I all different types. I have Girl Scouts that have come in, just plain old church folks coming in. I have a waiting list a mile long now because, as you know, we were in another building that I would not bring anybody into, and now we're at the new city hall and this great office. And so now I'm going to start it back up again because people have been asking me, when are you starting back up? I'm like, give me time. I got to get back to City Hall. So, but that program has been amazing. It opened up a door for me to take girls to the White House. A couple
Oh,
years ago, we went to the White House and amazing opportunity through a lady named Adrienne who was just at CJ Finn's one day. She approached me and she said, "I'm Secret Service and I saw you on Channel 9 talking about this My Mayor thing. I want to bring the girl." And I'm just going, "What? Are you serious?" And we worked that whole thing out and just amazing opportunity for a few girls to go to the White House. And I was 50-ish at the time. I had never ever been to the White House. And these girls are 9 and 10 and 11 and going to the White House. And that's a memory they will always have. And it's because of the parents allowing them and bringing them into City Hall. It's about City Hall being open and being approachable. So that program is like, that's my personal legacy, I guess, for inspiration for young ladies. Yeah.
hmm. Well, so that leads us to another question I was going to ask about City Hall. For some of
Mm,
us know that the city council meetings have been going on over at Jenny Dean Elementary because City Hall has been renovated for the
yes.
past, I don't remember how
A
long,
couple of
but
years. Yeah.
oh gosh, time does fly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can people expect everything normal city operations to be back to normal as well as city council meetings? Are those going on at City Hall yet?
No, not yet. Excuse
Okay.
me. We're the staff and everybody is back in this building at 9027 Center Street, but council chambers is still being worked on because we want to make sure the electricity, everything works right. With the what is it, audio visual. We want to make sure the sound, the lighting, that everything is good. In there before we start. So we're looking at bringing city council meetings back in September. So we're getting all pretty much good here on this side, and then the chambers will be ready in September. So we're looking forward to doing that.
Okay.
But people can come here now. They're coming in every day. I get to walk in and see people paying bills, and they're like, "Oh, this is so nice." It's a beautiful, beautiful building. Beautiful building. Taxpayer money spent well. It is a beautiful building that people can be very proud of. It's been updated very nicely. Very
Mhm.
nice.
I have been in there recently since the
Oh,
renovations, and I agree it is very nice.
you didn't come see me.
Oh, I
Mm.
didn't want to bother you. You're a very busy lady.
Whatever.
Uh-huh. All right, fine. Next time I'll knock on your door,
Yeah,
Michelle.
just come on up the fourth floor and they'll buzz you in. I'm the mayor.
Actually, you know what? That probably is true because
Yeah,
it is meant to be approachable to citizens, and I'm a
that's
citizen.
right.
So
And the
yeah,
big old sign on the front door tells you exactly where it goes. So you just take the elevator up to the fourth floor. That you have to be buzzed in now, but which is safety.
yeah,
And and then I'll let them know if you let me know you're coming. I'll say, hey, I got a company coming, and they'll be on the lookout and they'll buzz you in. And yeah, it's pretty cool. But
yeah.
I'm on the back side. My view is of the garage, which is one beautiful view of the garage and the train, and it's just
Mm.
a beautiful, beautiful office. I can't wait for people to come in and see it.
Well, next time I am at the building. I
Please,
will do a very quick
please.
live, just
Yes,
showing that I'm there,
yes,
and I
I'm
will see
here.
if
Yes,
Mayor Michelle is there. But you could be out doing a million things because you
doesn't
are
matter.
always out
I know,
supporting the businesses
but I
in
show up. But I
this.
show up.
You do? Oh, well, yeah, yeah, yeah.
You
But
text
my
me. I'm
point
like,
is, you
nope.
you you support everybody. When there's a new business, you support them. You ask what they need from you and what the council and you can do for them.
Yep.
And you come to my, I'm just a peon.
Things.
You come to my, book signings, but
Yep.
I'm a business, and you support me, and you support all of the businesses in
Yes.
Manassas. So
Yes.
that's, I
Yes.
mean, and we can always see Mayor Michelle
Yep.
out and about supporting
Right.
Manassas.
Right. Right. If you most of the time, if I'm free and I can get there, I will. I mean, it would have to be something, a scheduling conflict that would take me out of the city or something like that. But if I know about it ahead of time, get it on my schedule. There are very few. I've never missed a council meeting. I've missed like one work session in 4 years, but I've never missed a council meeting ever. And ribbon cuttings here, there, I've missed a few here and there. I have great counsel that backs me up, but I do try, and just the little things, because like there's one group that's learning English. And shout out to Maricela Murray. They're learning English, and she does like these field trips around the city and she just went to the museum, I think, for one of them. And so I said, let me know when you're taking them somewhere in the city again.
Mhm.
Don't tell them, let me know, and I'll just show up and just surprise them. And because people need to be encouraged. And when the mayor takes time to do that, and I'm so thankful that I've been blessed enough to have a job, because I still have my business that I have to work, that
Mhm.
allows me to have the flexibility to be able to be, I call myself a 24/7 mayor, but and it sort of is because I'm always on. I'm always, people stop me and say, I need help with it. Email me, tell me what's going on, text me, that kind of thing. That's what you need. That's what you can count on that. So yeah, thank you for recognizing that, because I do try to make it to everything. I can't make it to everything, but I do try. So
Well, yeah, it's not possible to make it to everything because
right,
there's
right.
so much going on in the
I
city of
know, I
Manassas.
know.
But you were just so supportive of the businesses, and I know I
Yeah,
really appreciate it, and we
yeah.
all do. So I
We
just
need you. We need you here. So I had in my notes because I wanted to tout that. We had 21 ribbon cuttings in 2023. I mean, that's a lot. That is a lot of ribbon. That's a lot of business that is coming and choosing to be in the city of Manassas. That is amazing. It's amazing.
So when Mayor Michelle mentions ribbon cuttings, that is, I believe, mostly new businesses starting in
Hmm.
Manassas, but
Hmm.
also could be businesses celebrating
Like you,
anniversaries or
right?
milestones, things like
Right.
that. But
Yeah.
they're all in the city
Yeah.
of Manassas.
Yeah. 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 Mostly it's all new though, because this was straight out of Patrick Small's economic development report, which is online, his 2023 report. And that's why I get a lot of my numbers and stuff, because I walk around with that in my hand. It's like my little Bible, just so I can know numbers and be able to tell people our unemployment rate is 2.3% in the city. Did you know that? So I
Wow.
need to be up on that stuff. And it's pretty important to know that.
Hmm. Well, so I want to ask about one more of your initiatives before I
Yes.
get into the boring budget stuff. But can
Mm.
you tell can you tell
4:30, right?
just really quickly, can you tell everybody about Midday with the Mayor? Because that's starting next
It's
week.
coming up. Well, 7/12, yes, next
Oh
week.
yeah.
I think that's
Yeah.
next week. Yeah. So 7/12 through the end of August. Midday with the Mayor is continuing. I'm not at the pavilion this year, which we have the museum renovated. And so I wanted to drive more traffic to the museum, because you guys need to go see this renovation if you've not been there. It is beautiful. It is beautiful. So moved it out to the patio there. And what's good about that is, like a couple times last year, I had to not have it because of heat. And then if it rains and all that, we're under the pavilion, but it's very uncomfortable. So I had to cancel. This way, I don't have to cancel. We can just jump inside if we need to.
Hmm.
And so my plan is to be out on the patio with the umbrellas and the tables and have lunch. And then if the weather turns bad, we can go inside. But each week, there's a special guest. I don't announce who it is, but this year I thought I'd take a different spin on it. I always have a police officer come, fire chief come, and those are your everyday folks. But this time I took a little different spin on it, where I asked the superintendent to come, superintendent of schools, to be a guest. And then I asked a social services director to come and bring information with her to give to people when they show up. And this is the connection, this is the networking that goes on. And then a few other guests are going to be there as well. So they get 30 minutes. You've been a guest, so you get 30 minutes to speak about whatever they want to share. And then the rest is just people introducing themselves and networking and talking and chatting with the mayor. So I love it. I just think I've had so much fun doing it. This is the third year. I'm so excited to just see that go, and it's caught on. Not huge crowds, but enough. I think people enjoy it, and they're looking for it. They've been waiting for it. When is the Midday with the Mayor? It's coming. It's coming. So I do it July and August only every year. So a little later starting this year, but it's okay.
Mhm. Well, I'll be posting about it.
Yeah.
And you're right. I was a guest speaker before, and I
Yeah.
talked about my book. I wish that I kept that by my computer to show when I did these things, but I'm not good at promoting myself.
Wait,
Oh, do
wait.
you still have it in your office?
I do. I have it. I think it might be back there on my shelf in the back. I think it's on my bookshelf, but I do have it. I have all my local authors, because I have a gentleman that I've known pretty much my whole life. He wrote a book. I have his book in here. Ken Mormon's book from Girani, the owner of Girani. I have his book in here, because I like to tell these are people that live in the city or have a business in the city.
Mhm.
And now you're both. So I have your book. It's back there on my bookshelf. I promise it's there.
See, Michelle has my book. I know for a fact she does, because she came to my book signing and
Yes.
received the book, and I signed it.
Yes, yes, yes. So yeah.
Um, but yeah, so that was great. And I've been to several of the other middays with the mayor for
Mhm.
the other presenters. I know Chief Keen
Mhm.
was there,
Yep,
Chief
yep,
of Manassas City Police, and
yep.
always a really good guest. I don't know if I'm considered in that caliber, but
Well, why
always an
not? You
interesting one.
gave good advice. I mean, some people were hitting you up for advice and they need it at one point. So, as long as you can make connections, because that's what it's about, is
Mhm.
connecting everyday people to people that they may need. And you never know where a need is. And unless you put yourself out there, you're never going to know.
That's
So,
true. That's
yeah.
true. So I want to just ask you, I know your time is
Yes.
very limited today, but if you wanted to tell everybody about any budget changes this year, and anything about the budget this past year or this coming year.
Yep. We just, July 1 begins our fiscal year, and I put this wonderful handy dandy thing on my Facebook page, and it's on our website. This tells you everything that this council and I have worked and put forward. I think I'm excited about everything on here. Increases in pay for staff. What else? School funding increase. What our total budget is $486 million. That's pretty good for a city of 46,000 people. We have now added, thank goodness, we have heard the affordable housing argument,
Mhm.
and we have now added with this fiscal budget a housing coordinator position. And that to me is so huge. Manassas is special. The city of Manassas is special. We are doing it the right way, that it meets our residents' needs. We're not doing it because this is what the county did. Why aren't you doing it? And we've heard all of that. You're not doing anything, but we're not just going to do something, throw it out there, and just and have it fall. We want to do it right and make sure that we are grabbing every resource we can, any money that's out there,
Mhm.
making the connections. That's what this person's going to do, the housing coordinator. And then with the recent purchase, we've with the Mathis Avenue going through the EDA,
Mhm.
we are hopefully going to be able to see that come to fruition with that in that Mathis Avenue shopping center over
Hmm.
there. But we are on it. We know it's a need that needs to be met, and we will address it, but we're going to do it right. It has to be right for us. We're different and we are special. And
Mhm.
it's not just going to be something we're throwing at the wall and hoping sticks. We want to make sure it's done right. And a housing coordinator is absolutely going to do that for us. So we're very excited that's been added and looking forward to moving forward from there. So yeah, that's like my major highlight. All of it's good stuff, but that
Mhm.
is like something that we really wanted to work on and make sure we were doing right. And we put money in the housing trust fund as well. And then there's a pilot program that the police were doing because we want to try to get housing teachers, the police, people that don't necessarily make a whole lot of money, but they should be able to still buy a home. And so
Mhm.
having a pilot program where they get help with down payment, things like that. But that's what this housing coordinator position is going to do. We got to do it right. We got to do it right. So I'm excited about that if you couldn't tell.
Well, that's awesome. I
Mhm.
consider myself fairly well versed in the
Mhm.
goings on in the city, but I wasn't aware of all that.
Yep.
See,
So
well,
that sheet has it. That sheet has it all on there. Tells you where our money is being spent, where it's coming from. Of course, taxpayer money, but it shows you everything on here. We kept our flat tax rate. We kept it at 126, and everybody says, "Oh, but taxes still went up." The average residential bill went up for real estate. $266 was the average. So you divide that by 12, it's really not a whole lot, but it's still an increase, and people don't like that, and that's okay. But we put it out there several times. Tell us what you want to cut.
mhm.
Didn't hear what you want to cut. People kind of like what we have here. You like your streets being paved, and have you seen 28 lately? It's beautiful, right? Written down 28. And I know Grant Avenue is getting torn up right now, but it's going to be beautiful. We have the roundabout. Saw the comments about that. Hey, it's okay. It's going to flow. It's change, and we know change is difficult for people, but we can do it because our city always rises to the occasion.
Mhm.
Yep.
That's true.
Yep.
And you mentioned people voicing their concerns and not knowing when city council meetings are. They are open to the public the second and fourth Monday of the month at
Look
5.
at you. Look at you knowing that, coming to the meetings and knowing it. Second and fourth, Jenny
Well, I don't go to
Dean.
every meeting, but the second
No,
and fourth Monday of the month at Jenny Dean for right now, and
right.
then this fall they'll be back to
September.
having their meetings at,
Yes, 5:30. I bang my gavel at 5:30, and we go in. And
and they do start
I
on
love to see people out in the audience. I know a lot of people look at it online and
time.
social media. My mom and dad watching on TV, but they are watching because I do see it. But it's nothing like seeing people in the
Mhm.
audience. Talking to empty chairs is hard,
Yeah.
but to me, you can't complain if you don't contribute, and you're still going to complain. But I always put it back on people. You want to see this, what have you done? What board or committee are you on? What
Right, and
commission have you signed up
mhm,
for?
mhm,
When were you at a council meeting? Did you bring that public comment time? So I'm starting to ask those questions because it is on you to make the changes that you want to
right,
see.
right.
So
Change is not gonna happen if no one knows that you want
that's
to change or you
that's
don't do
exactly right.
anything.
That's
Like you
right.
said, there are so many volunteer opportunities and
Yes,
committees and all of that.
yes, over 40 boards. So it's plenty for people to do.
Mhm. Well, one very important topic that we have to hit before we're done is, this November, you are up for reelection. So
Yes.
can you tell everybody, first of all, anything you want about the election and
Oh.
what they can expect in your next term?
The next term for me is continuing to partner with the wonderful council members, whoever, whatever that looks like. I work with anybody. I am looking forward to just, I think we did so much purchasing of land, and I want to see that start to come up out of the ground some sort of way, doing something with what we've done, with the purchases. So moving forward with all of that and just making sure that the city's needs are met. bringing more business in because, of course, that lowers the tax base for people. We've already got 3 data centers under construction right now. We have a total of 4 that are coming. We'll start to realize revenue from those really soon, millions of dollars a year that will be coming in from that. And so just making sure that we continue to be the place of choice for quality businesses, and making sure that we are meeting the needs of the residents, and that they still feel like they belong and this is home and they matter. That's what's important to me in that second term, that I'm looking forward to continuing just building relationships and bringing people in, and just thanking them for choosing us because it is so important. We got our, and I'm going to close with this, we got our quarterly, we get a report every quarter of homeowners, people that have purchased homes in the last quarter.
Mhm.
I just got it today. 138 people have purchased homes from April to June in the city.
Wow.
That's 138 new homeowners. So people are coming. And
Mhm.
you hear a lot about, oh, they're building another townhouse development. People are coming. They are buying. They're
Mhm.
buying the homeowners that are buying. And so that's a good sign to me. I want to keep that going. I want to keep that going. But we got to have roads for them to be on. We got to
Mhm.
make sure that schools are good and all of that. They have
Mhm.
election too. But for me, it is about just continuing to make the city the best, most enjoyable place to live. Every city has its issues. We are no exception. But we have to work together to get things done. And I can work with anybody, really. I just hope I get to continue. So I think I've made major change here, and I just want to expand on that and see us grow further and higher.
Mhm. Well, I'm looking forward to that,
Me
being
too.
a resident here with my business and my house. I don't intend on leaving anytime soon. And actually, if I do anything, I might be buying another property, but that's a topic for maybe next year.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much.
Well, thank you, Mayor Michelle. Anything else you want to tell everybody before we all take off?
No, I think everybody enjoy your fourth. Be safe. Be careful with, try to, I know for people with pets and older folks and PTSD people, I've seen emails, I've seen posts and comments. We do fireworks every year in Old Town, and we understand everybody can't enjoy that, but it is Celebrate America. And we really would love to see you all come out and enjoy the festivities tomorrow. It's going to be a hot day, so hydrate, but we want to see you out there. I'll be out there on the rooftop of the garage having a good time as well. So we'd love to see everybody. And thank you so much again for the opportunity, Jean.
I will be out tomorrow for the 4th and the
Yeah,
fireworks.
yeah,
But
good.
thank you, Mayor Michelle. I'm just going to tell you really quickly, after I end the live, you and I can still be here for a second. I know you got to go.
Yeah.
But thank you very much for your time. I know you are incredibly busy with just being mayor and the reelection coming up. So
Yeah.
I do appreciate your time and all the information you gave to everybody today. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
You have a great one.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.